Hey there, Bootzone here. This is an Indesit washing machine washer dryer WIDXL126S. S normally stands for silver. D probably stands for dryer. Don't know anything about it. Found it on the street the other day. I've explained that in a previous video about another Indesit washing machine. It's missing its door thing. It's missing its lower fascia. It's cracked up on top. It looks to have had 7 shades of trouble kicked out of it. Bit of paint on each side. I don't know what I want to do with it, but the issue is the other Indesit, the white one that I found at the same time, is not working. And I have a feeling that if I take what's in this and put it in that, it'll just work. I don't know, they're not quite the same fascia control boards and stuff, but normally, sometimes with these things, a lot of Indesit and Hotpoints have the same board. So it might be possible just to put it together, but the chip might be programmed incorrectly and other sorts of nonsense, and I don't know if I want to go down this road. I would like to see if it works. I have a feeling it was thrown out. I have a feeling, because that silver door and the fascia is missing and it's particularly, not tidy. When I found it, the cable was like this. I think that was just as a result of either me moving it or somebody else moving it out to the street, dragging it along. I don't think it was me, but you never know. Don't want to rule it out. Let's the programs are on the soap drawer, so that makes it particularly difficult to mess with. I've put a new plug on it and I've just switched it on. I have no idea if we're going to get any reaction from it. I've got it plumbed in, the water's turned on, the drain is in the drain thing. So that's the drain. It might not even work, Oh, lights are on. Hey, okay. Door light flashing. Oh, is that, that's something and that's a something. I don't know what the difference in those two is. Spin, rinse. Okay. Turn that off in case it thinks it's, I think 13, 11, 12, 13 do the dryer. Turn that to cold. Maybe that's go. The lights are on. This is on. Ooh, that's on. This might just, oh, it's turning already. So this one might just work, despite being a bit damaged. You can see the water coming in there. I'll take the top off it and we'll have a look inside. So, dryer motor, dryer unit, dryer element, top ballast, inlet, which works, we know, motor down below, which works, pressure sensor, radio interference suppressor, all appear present. The ballast is held on with screws like this. On the other one it was held on with like springs that insert. Go and check out that video. We're taking on more water there. There's nothing in it, so I don't know what it's up to. Somewhere there might be a date code. Yeah, there it looks like 8th of December 2012. Makes it the same age as that other one, which is a bit strange. 2012, 10 years old. This is 2022, just under 10 years old, because this is March today. 1st of March 2022. This video might go out later on that date. I don't want to put my fingers in there because I don't know what I'm going to touch. But a similar construction. It's got a control or an interface board up here that the user deals with, and then that's cracked there as well, hanging out a bit. I don't know, I'll come back when it spins. I'm like, this is one of these things where I don't need it doesn't need me. We are where we are. WIDXL126S. Let's just have a look outside the other one. It's a 1200 spin. This is the one that came out that I was playing with, 6125 Indesit. Really clean, doesn't work, just goes mental after a while. And the other one, IWDC 6105, that looks similar, but you see those lights there are over there on the other one, which cocks things up a bit. That machine actually works, but it's a bit grotty as well. So let's see. It looks a lot like this one. So if I could put this one, 6125, you'll have to bear with me on my memory. 6105 IWDC 6105 6125 IWDC 6105 6125. Yeah, so they're almost identical. 6125 6105. 10 could be 1000 spin, 12 could be 1200 spin. Maybe some of the brains from that one could go into this one to make it work. I think it's the control board that's knackered or some other thing, I don't know. Anything wrong with it? There's a bit of moisture damage to the top here. That's probably from being left out. You can see that kind of bubbling there on the top. Chipboard, it's just wood. On the top of this is gone a bit soggy. That was before I got it. It's really clean machine this. Found 25 pence in it today when I did a filter video. And I drained it down, of course, because it was full of water, because it went mental. So that's this one, that's that one. This one's still here, WMA 40. So I've got 3 of these washer dryers made by Indesit. All of them, as far as I'm concerned, junk. I don't want them. This thing seems to be doing its thing, rinsing. The water's quite high up on the door there. I'm not expecting any events from this one. 126S 1200. You see, that's what I'm saying. Where it's 1200, it's got 12. The S normally means silver. Yeah, let's see if it spins and come back to it if it does. So it started draining out before it did any spinning, and we're getting these little flakes of just grot. Normally comes out of the hose when it's been left idle for a while. Don't know, is it thinking about spinning? It's done a bit of agitation, draining out. The other thing I didn't say about this is that, similar to the other ones outside, it's got a welded tub. But I don't think that's an issue, because I don't think the bearings are at fault on these machines. I haven't tested or checked them on this, and I haven't listened to it spin. So maybe it'll spin up now and do a bit of noise. In fact, just looking at the run out, it's hard to see because you're looking through perspex. But you can see that silver there is going in and out a bit, which suggests that the bearing or the spider or something. Normally the spider is a bit knackered, but it's not clattering, so it's not too bad. Looks like it's going to speed up. It did a bit of a quick spin up there, and it sounds bearingy, I've got to say. So this machine might just be for the high-speed brick action. Get an eye on it. It even looks like that. It even looks like that central bolt there isn't spinning concentrically with, well, the center of where I think the bearing should be. It looks like it's kind of going ever so slightly. So if we could get a loud spin out of it, that'd be fun. I think the center of this is knackered actually. Now just listening to that, and so this machine may well eat a brick imminently. I'm kind of trying to downsize on the washing machines at the moment, and it's a stupid thing to say because as soon as I said that last week I found 3 more and took them home, you know. Well, I was given 1 and found 2. Spin please. Pick it up, pick up the pace, come on. Doesn't sound right at all. So this machine came with a 5-year parts guarantee. The other Indesit outside came with a 10-year guarantee. If it's going to last 10 years and the bearings are going to fail, they've engineered it pretty well. I guess that also depends on, you know, typical users and stuff like that. The bearings are really bad. Yeah, I think I'll just strip the dryer unit out of it, because it can be recycled as aluminium once you clean it up. The door seal on this, it's quite loud, that one actually. The door seal on this one here is damaged. It's got a little tiny cut in the center there at the bottom, and if it had a door seal, it wouldn't be bad, apart from it's got bits of rust on it as well. If it had a door seal, it'd be okay. I'm thinking I might make a good one, this one, out of 3 of them, smash the other 2. They all work to a degree. The motors definitely work. Oh dear, oh dear. Faster, I'll come back. It hasn't done a spin yet. It's actually gone on to the spin phase. It's done another rinse within the time when you've been absent. The water's coming out lovely and clean, but it sounds like there's something clanking inside, even though there's nothing in there. There could be money or something in there, but shouldn't be. That sounds terrible. It looks like it might spin. Or sounds like one or the other. Pumping a bit. Sounds terrible. I'll come back if it spins. I'm in at the back of it. It sounds like maybe the brushes are arcing and sparking in there as well, but I can't get in to see them. Like have my hands in there because there's electricity and connectors and stuff. I think this one's imminently bricking it imminently. But if it would only spin, it's doing the same thing as that other one that I was working on a day or 2 ago. It just keeps faffing around, it doesn't actually spin. Oh well. Turn it up on its side and hotwire the motor, I think, for bricking it, and then that will let us see where we are with the arcing of the motor. So it's outside now and partly dismantled, because that's how it's going to be, I think. If I go in here, I think there's something stuck inside that paddle. I don't know. There is one way to find out. Might be money. Might not be. It is money. Hey, look at that. 50 pence. Well, that was worth it. Just for the bash it the house. There we go. And a thing for a shirt. Ooh, well, hang on a second. Another 50 pence. We're up to a whole quid. That has actually stopped a lot of the noise in that machine, bizarrely. The bearings, they don't have any play in them, but they sound awful. So that was that smashed off. I'm gonna hotwire this motor to get to this motor block here, get a couple of cables on it and fire it up, and we'll see what happens. So I've hotwired the motor. If you want to know how to hotwire it, check out my how to wire a washing machine motor video playlist, or a particular video called how to wire a washing machine motor. I think that's what it's called, and that'll tell you. Basically the power goes into a brush, then jumps from a brush to a winding and then out of the other winding. Simple as that. I've got it on the Variac so I can spin it up. I think I've done it right. Have I? Yeah, I think so. Oh, it's messing. That's a bit weird actually. Let's bring it up again. It did something there and then stopped, so. No, I don't know what's going on there. Have I done it right? I believe I have. So something fishy's going on because I tried a number of combinations and I can't quite figure it out. I'm suspecting that the motor's a dud, even though we saw it turning gently before. So the brushes, the commutator ring is in there. You can just about see in from the side here. It's pretty well worn, so I want to just check is the brushes do retract okay. Really quite soft, those brushes. So here's my wiring. These two whites go to the tacho on the end. This black, I believe, is a brush. This one over here is the other brush. So if the power comes into a brush, this grey, goes from the other brush through a jumper cable over to here to the red, which is a winding, and then comes out of the other winding in neutral. That should do. But it won't, and I was getting mains voltage to here when I tested it, so let's try it again. I've given the brushes a tweak, so that might have done something. And it did. It's a pretty duddy screwdriver anyways, the tip's all broke on it, that's why I was using it. It's plugged out, so I'll put it in again, hopefully it'll work, and we'll hear the bearings, which is what we're here for. So after all that, we're back to the Variac, and hopefully if I bring the power up, it's turning fine. It must have been just sticky brushes somehow. So I didn't think there was much play in it. So we tested it and the motor works in the end eventually. But we saw that those brushes were knackered because it wouldn't start that time, and maybe that was happening to it before. it's got wet at some point, and you can see there's a mark on the belt there of rust where it was caught around here before. Siren's really helpful, isn't it? Let's let that go by. But the real issue was the bearings are knackered, so like no matter what you do with this machine, it needs a whole new tub. You're talking 200 quid or something for a new tub, and nobody's going to fix that because that's the world we live in. So the solution then is for me to throw a brick in it, because like visually it's destroyed, it's damaged, it's cracked, it's missing parts. The back panel, the front fascia lower is missing. You know, you're at nothing trying to make it work because the bearing. So that's where we are. Sometimes people don't understand and they say you should fix it and all this other stuff. There's no fixing in this. It is what it is. Yes, I could sell the parts for it. No, I'm not going to. But there we go. So in a future video, I will show you what happens to it when I throw a brick at it. Questions or comments, leave them below. Thanks for watching. See you later.